Okay, and there is still one more important concept which you need to know, and one of the most confusing one. Yeah, it's the DBMS. So what is database management system? So basically it is a software through which we execute SQL queries. So till now I am saying there is a database and we are using SQL language to talk to the database. Fine, you got it. But that database, there are different types of it present in the market. We say it as database management systems. There is an Oracle database, there is a MySQL database, there is Microsoft SQL Server database, and the new database now, the latest it came into the market is SQLite. Okay, there are different databases. So whatever database it is, we finally end up writing an SQL queries to hit to that database and get our desired data. Okay, but people use different databases. There is minor differences between all these databases, but some support some functionalities and some don't support it, but majority of the functionalities are supported by all the database server engines. Okay, so you need not worry and think, okay, for Oracle database I have to learn something, or for SQL server I have to learn some other thing. Whatever database it is, SQL queries will almost be same, almost in the sense 90%. Okay, maybe there are slight differences that you need to do in your syntax while talking to the different databases. Now if you take the MySQL and Oracle, 90% of the SQL language what you talk will be the same. There will be only slight difference. Okay, there is a person, just assume, again I'll give you one real-time scenario to understand this concept. There is a person who knows two different languages. Fine, and now we are using our common language to talk to these two, to that guy. Okay, let me use notepad and explain rather than speaking in air. Yeah, there is an Oracle database, there is a MySQL database. To talk to this database you write SQL queries. However, whatever database it is, even it is MySQL database, you will end up writing SQL queries only to get our desired data. But there are some queries which will be compatible to only Oracle, or there are some queries which are compatible to only MySQL, and there are some which may not support in Oracle but support in MySQL, and at the same time vice versa. There are few which support in Oracle will not support in MySQL, but 90% of the SQL queries and the SQL language is common for all database management systems. Okay, that you need to know. In general, people come and ask me, so in this course we do with MySQL database. I'll tell you what database we choose in this course to learn. People just come to me and say, I want to learn Microsoft SQL Server database, and other guy will approach me saying, I'll need to learn Oracle database. So both can be taught as a single course. There may be minor difference which we can share as a document. Okay, but 90% of the commands will stand across all the line. And now in this course we are going to see on MySQL database. Okay, as I said, there is Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL Lite, Microsoft Access, and MySQL. So in this lecture we are going to see about this database, and we will create this database and will hit queries. The reason for picking this is, if you learn MySQL database queries, then almost 90% will be common across all other database management systems, and it is open source and you can use it for free. So the remaining one are paid one, they are licensed and you need to pay to use that database. But whereas MySQL is a free, and you can use it, practice and play around it to get mastered in writing SQL queries. Okay, and also it can be used on multiple platforms, not only Windows. You can also work on that iOS platform as well. So that's the pretty future you get with MySQL, and it also gives good performance results. So in this course we are completely using MySQL database, and we are going to hit queries on it to get our desired data. Fine. So one thing, the people will always being confusing between two terminologies. and it's also one of the most important interview question as well. What is the difference between SQL and MySQL? Okay, so SQL is a query language which is used to communicate with the database. MySQL is a database management system itself. Okay, that is not a language, that's a database. With an SQL, we talk to the MySQL. Got it? And don't just confuse the difference between SQL and MySQL. Right? Now, what is the database then? It's a collection of tables. Right? I mean, basically, we say it's a collection of the data, and how the data is stored in the database in the form of tables. Right, so basically I guess with the help of these lectures now you are very clear on what is database, what is tables, and what is SQL, what is DBMS, what are different database systems are present, MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. Fine, so that's the basic introduction I want you to know before we actually start with the course. I hope you are clear on the concepts. If you are still in confusion, please drop me a message in our discussion board. I'll get back to you and make your queries solved. Thank you, and let's begin the downloading section in our next lecture. Take care.